Hello, this is Stephen Carboot. Steve. How's it going, everyone? I just wanted to do this quick video regarding videoing at car boot fairs. Today, I went to my local one because there's only one around here where I live. I won't say the name of the place, but it's open every Sunday. There is going to be some more opening later on towards the end of the month, which I hope to be going to. So yeah, also quickly to say thank you for everyone who's watched my last video, not the one I've just uploaded today, the last one, 549 views on that. So I really do appreciate everyone who's taking time to watch the video, although it's 2 hours long. This one is actually a bit short, the one I uploaded today, about an hour and 15 minutes. It was kind of hot again today and very low like fines for me, to be honest with you. I will tell you the kind of stuff I'm looking for at the moment, but I just want to know if anyone's had problems with the staff telling you can't video at car boot fairs, yeah? Because today, when I went to there, I paid my entrance fee, and I just thought, I'll ask if it's okay to video, and the woman turned around and said, no, you can't. I said, well, why is that? She goes, because people don't want you videoing them. So I thought, yeah, but if you're not videoing the people when you got your camera down, what's wrong with like videoing, just the stalls? And she goes, well, people don't like, videoing. The people don't like them being videoed. I said, well, I videoed in, car boots before and no one's complained. And if someone does complain, all you got to do is say, okay, sorry, I'll edit that bit out when I get home, or blur your face, And, I've never had any problems with videoing at car boot fairs before. But that wasn't going to put me out, I still videoed. I did try to keep a lot of faces out on the old car boot fairs. You might have got, people just walking past in front of the camera and stuff like that. But I don't think they should turn around and say, no, you can't video at a car boot fair, because it is a public place. There's no law in recording in a public place. It's like, you go to a park, you're recording, people getting away. You can't help that, can you, really? So I know I have seen one or two videos which had similar kind of circumstances where one person said that, don't get the number plates of vehicles in your video. I can't remember the channel name, but I'm thinking, you can't help that. Come on, freaking hell's sake, in one way, to be honest with you, when you're videoing a car boot fair, you're actually promoting the car boot, getting them more customers, aren't you, really? Like customers who are like going and selling and customers going in and buying. So I just can't really see what the problem is like in recording at a car boot fair. As I say, although they said no, I thought, screw it, I'm going to do it anyway. Unless they actually see me videoing and, come up to me and say, hey, you can't be doing that, turn it off, or, you'll be banned. Then I thought, well, I'm going to take a chance. Because the last 2 times I've been there, today and last week, I didn't really get many things there anyway. Last week I went up with about, I kind of like limit myself now because I've got a shitload of junk in my living room, which I seem to need to clear out. But I've not had the chance doing it because of mental health issues. But going to car boot, this year, it's kind of like making that junk grow a little bit more. But I tend to last year, I went a bit crazy buying like game consoles, Xbox, Wii's, PlayStation 2s, God knows how many games. What else was I buying? A couple of like handheld consoles, like PSP, Nintendo DS, all games for all the consoles, joypads and stuff like that, I think last year I picked up about 5 or 6, not last year, about 2 years ago, I should say, because I didn't do car boots for nearly 2 years. I think the last one, about 2 years ago. So I just didn't have the funds, to be honest with you. I didn't have the money to go anyway. I had to start, keep saving, just go out to do car boot fairs this year. But when I did do those a couple of years ago, I bought like about 6 Xbox 360s, a couple of Wii consoles, a couple of handheld consoles, bunch of videos, DVDs. I just couldn't shift them. I couldn't be bothered to put them on eBay, and CEX didn't want to pay anything for them. So I actually got rid of about 300 DVDs, just putting them in a box and sticking them outside near the wheelie bin. And someone did actually come along and take them all. So what they'd done with all the videos, I don't know. Maybe they actually kept them and sold them, and or gave them away. I don't really know. It didn't really bother me, because like the DVD, you could pick up cheap anyway, 10, 20, 30p, sometimes £1, box sets and stuff like that. I didn't really chuck out any box sets ones, to be honest with you. I chucked out, more of like some of the kiddie ones, and, ones I don't really like watching, like romance, and, some were actually action ones, but, crappy action movies. So I did chuck about 300 videos out. Most of the game ones I kept, and I still have kept. It weren't just like, from car boot fairs. I actually went to like CEX and bought a load off them as well. I actually bought some stuff off like charity shops. Like I bought a Wii console off a charity shop. Didn't have all the parts there, but it's cheap enough for me to actually buy it and test it out with the parts I have got, and then I kind of like bundle them up. But I never really like had the time to put them on eBay. So really, I've got most of the consoles still. I think there's probably 2 Xbox 360s that don't work, but I've got about 3 or 4 that do work. Wii consoles, God knows how many of those. I've probably got about 4 or 5 of those. PlayStation 2s, I wasn't really picking them up, but I did get a couple, which I don't know if they work 100% or not. And I think I might have like 2 PlayStation 3s. Some of them, come with the cables and stuff like that, but some of them didn't. So, I've got plenty of gaming stuff I need to sort out and try and bundle up and get rid of those. The only thing is CEX, gives you stupid money, crappy money. Like I saw like an Xbox 360 with a 160 gig hard drive. I think it was for like 79 quid. And when I asked them how much they would give me for a 320 gig hard drive version, he said, "Is that with the cables and the joysticks?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Well, probably about 20 quid. Oh, you spend about 20 quid to buy it, and like they're just practically ripping you off CEX. They do give out, a lot of good games, cheap games, but when you try selling something to them, it's like pittance. But they make a big profit out of it, I went to the car boot today. I didn't really pick up much. Picked up 1 doll, which I didn't really want to do, but I did pick one up because I've got plenty of dolls. I've probably got over 200 dolls in my living room, scattered all over. All half the living room is filled with dolls. And some of them, I do like to keep, because they could be collectible. Some of them are just like, just laying there, probably to be resold later on. I don't know yet. But I didn't buy much this week or last week. I bought about 5 items last week and about 5 items this week. Last week I bought this little sweet jar thing. I put my chocolate little kind of peanuts and raisins in there. Works perfectly okay. That's only like £2.50. And one of the better deals I got today was the Kodak Easy Share camera. Nice clean white one. No scratches, no marks on it at all, hardly. A few prints on the screen, but it's pretty clean. Came with the charging cable. I think I paid about £2.50, £3 for it. The comps on eBay, £40. It's a nice little nice little turnaround now if I decide to sell it. The only thing is they gave me this bag and it's a problem to do up, you know, kind of thing. Just don't want to do up. There we go. It's got to be kind of like aggressive with the damn thing. But yeah, like, you know, I did do my video today because I wasn't going to be, you know, kind of deterred by, you know, some woman who had the ump, I think. You know, she looked a bit grumpy saying, no, you can't video. So I thought, well, if I, you know, I had it in my shirt and I had my kind of like fleece covering the camera, so if anyone was walking up, you know, especially a staff member, I just like quickly turn it off and shoved it in the jumper, done the zip up, and they wouldn't notice it was there. But you know, I think a lot of people don't mind being like videos, because I see a lot of videos where people say, oh, I saw your video last week, you know, you got me on it, and like, you know, I don't mind being on it because it shows that, you know, I'm a decent seller. And a lot of people do kind of like a lot of people are kind of like decent sellers. Get the stroppy ones, you know, the ones like, you know, money kind of grabbers. Like I saw something today which I was interested in, an old retro. Well, it wasn't that old, you know, it's probably 80s, 90s, you know, push dial telephone. It's like, you know, the old phones with the dial tone on it, yeah. You know, we actually put your finger and dial it, but this one didn't have the dial, it had to like push buttons, but it still had the dial thing on it, but you couldn't dial it, it's just there for show, but you had to push buttons. £15 for it, and I thought, no, I'm not paying for that for it. No, it wasn't bad condition, but I was looking for the old retro style telephones because I want to start, you know, making a little collection myself. Now, last week I actually saw 4 of them, and they was like between £5 and £10. And last week I didn't take that much money with me, so I thought, well, this week I'll take a little bit extra and grab a couple. Would you believe it? Not one there today. Not one of the old retro style turn button. Well, the turn dial wasn't there. None of them at all. So that kind of like peed me off a little bit. But I did pick up a phone, which I'll quickly go and grab. Bear with me for a sec. So this is I've not tried it yet, but you know, it's kind of a bit like a retro one. Let me see what happens when you plug it in. I've not even plugged it in, and it don't look like it's even turning on at the moment. Oh, there it goes. It is now. So I don't know how you work this because probably because I connected to me telephone cable, but it does actually turn on. You can see there. I picked this up for about £3.50, I think it was, and I thought it looked, you know, pretty cool, kind of retro-y type. I thought it was like a radio, to be honest with you, but I don't think it is like a radio. It just turned itself off just now for some reason. So it could be a fault with it. I don't know. I'll just leave it and see what happens. It might need charging or something. Oh, hang on. I'll just press the. Right, if you press this, it's got phone number, enter, end a call. It comes up there. I think it shuts off after a little while. I don't know. Let's say I've not seen one or not tried one, but I'll give it a little check out tomorrow, probably connected to my telephone cable, and see if it works. But I am actually after, the old kind of like retro type of the phones with the actual dial on it, kind of thing, where you actually, it's like the old telephone, kind of things where you go, not like if you press and soon go, it goes all over and the long process type of things. I was actually trying to look for a Bakelite one and also like a military kind of phone, but no one's got any anywhere. I do know that there was a Bakelite one in a small shop, which wasn't really a charity shop, but he had some stuff in there. They had the phone number, but he wanted like 40 quid for it, which I didn't want to pay that much. I know Bakelite ones are a little bit expensive, and they do go for that price on eBay, but you can pick them up cheaper now, I'm pretty sure of it. I was told for the military ones I need to go to Dorking, I think it is. There's a military fair down there sometimes. But Dorking's too far for me to travel because I don't drive. I'm on public transport. So, yeah. Yeah, what happens is that shuts off after a little while. You just had to press the speaker and, it asks you for the phone number. And that's all it does, I think. Got like a button there, but I don't know what that's for at the moment, so I haven't tested it out yet. But the things I was looking for, I just couldn't find. There wasn't nothing there at all, to be honest with you. I don't really want to keep buying cameras because I've got plenty of cameras, which I've kind of didn't have batteries for, and I've like the ones I do have batteries for, I got the actual proper chargers for at the moment, and I don't really spend that, an arm and leg for a charger to stick with a camera, where I might only get like £20-25 for, and some of these chargers are about 15 quid, so I wouldn't be making anything on them. So at the moment I've probably got about 20 cameras sitting in my living room doing nothing. I was looking for some camcorders, but the ones I kept finding was the old tape ones or the high 8 ones, which don't really interest me. I'm looking for some of the ones which have got night vision on. I ain't seen none of those there. The thing I bought last week, that flying thing, what's it called? The gyro kind of thing. That kind of don't work. The back battery was completely missing. Well, the back battery clip, the cover was missing. The 2 batteries come with it. One had completely, shot to crap. The other one doesn't charge up. So that I don't know if it's going to work or not. I tried looking for batteries for it, but I couldn't find the correct battery. So that I can't really use at the moment, unless I can find a battery for it. What is it called? It's a drone, not a gyro, drone. So that, as I say, was a bit of a waste of time. I only paid like £3.50 for it. I could probably knock it out for parts or something. So it's like a decent little drone with a camera on it. And when I looked on different websites, they were going for about £40-50, brand new. So you kind of like knock it out for parts. You might get, 10-15 quid for it, maybe, I don't know. But I'll probably still, trying to see if I can find a battery for it. If not, then I'll probably buy myself a proper drone. You know, you can get a 4K one off eBay for about 30-40 quid. It's only for me, you know, just, you know, like practice, and just, you know, go out on the odd day and just have a screw around with it and take some video footage and put it on my other channel, my Steve's Adventure channel. But yeah, like I say, like, to be honest, you know, I don't know what the problem is with, you know, car boot fairs. You know, people turn around and say, hey, you can't video in here. Because it's a public place, you know. And if I want to fucking record, I will record, you know. I won't stop recording unless someone comes up to me and say, right, you know, you can't be doing that. We catch you doing it, then, you know, we kick you out, kind of thing. But every time I saw a staff member, I just turned it off and stuck it under my jacket, moved past them, and then I put it back on again when I decided to put it on. You know, I know the video's like hour and 15 minutes. I probably like turned it off because I saw staff members there twice. The other times, you know, about another half dozen, just over half dozen times, I turned off because I didn't want to bore you guys, you know, with, you know, just me walking past the stores and not picking anything up. And there wasn't nothing there for me really to pick up, to be honest with you. You know, I'm just seem to be like getting a little bit of unlucky, not finding the stuff I want to find. Because the phones, you know, I wouldn't mind, but, you know, I don't want to buy them to resell them. I want to buy them to start making a little collection of them, you know, kind of, so they are interesting phones, and I'm pretty sure within not too near the future, they are going to be like hard to find and probably have a bit of a value to them, you know, kind of thing. So the old dial kind of like telephones, I don't really see many of those at car boot fairs. As I say, like, there were 4 last week, but I didn't think of buying any because I didn't know if I wanted to buy any. And if I wanted to buy one, they was a little bit expensive. I didn't have a lot of money with me last week, but this week I took a bit more extra money and there was nothing there at all. So, you know, it's just one of those things, I suppose. Probably might find one next week. Don't know. But anyway, I just want to know what you think about, you know, videoing at car boot fairs. Have you ever had any problems with the staff members telling you can't bloody well video? And if you can video, you know, you're not to do this and not to do that. Because I think, like, you know, people like me, God knows how many other people who do car boots, we are helping them in one way, I would see it, is getting them more custom. You know, you're getting possibly more people going there to sell and more people going there to buy, you know, and it's more money in their pocket, isn't it, really? You know, it's more like, I just can't see what the problem is. Well, anyway, I'm off. Cheers for watching. And don't forget, like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell for the next video, which will be next Sunday, unless I do any charity shop buys. I did buy a mirror at British Red Cross, and it's a nice little round one. And I thought it was going to be about 15-20 quid, but they only asked 3 quid for it, so I snapped that up straight away. You know, I've got like quite a few mirrors in my house, and I do like, you know, collecting some mirrors depending on the shape and size, and, you know, if they're in good condition or not. But I'm not going to be like buying, you know, mirrors at car boot fairs because they're just too kind of like awkward to carry back home, you know, kind of thing. You know, because I don't drive. It's more of a kind of public transport for me. And lucky, you know, it's only one bus ride from here to the one I've been this week and last week. But when the other one opens towards the end of the month, that's 2 bus rides. So, you know, a bit more expense on the old public transport. But again, thanks for everyone who shared and liked and, you know, viewed the last video last week. It's got like 549 views on that one. But I don't think I've had any new subscribers. So if you can, please subscribe, hit that notification bell. Thumbs up the video if you like it. Share the video out, get more put a few more people coming over here. I'll be grateful. And yeah, I'll see you on the next video. Probably next Sunday, unless I do some charity shop videos. And if I do, I'll upload those. But I think I'm going to ask him if I can go in the video before I do any video. So I don't want him getting up and kicking me out the shop. But we'll see how it goes. Alright, cheers for watching. Bye for now.